Pat? So you won't have to play the travel log again unless you want to do it now for a few minutes.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Do it for folks that just arrived.
Yeah, we've got 2 more minutes. How incredible is technology? I know we've all experienced it. And it works.
So
We
everybody
have,
holds the consciousness of the power staying on in Kenya and the internet working so that they can continue to be on this Zoom call, because this is about our Kenyan community.
I was just going to say the same thing, Gwen. We've got our practitioners and our practitioner students and people around the globe holding high watch for us here today. Stacy is joining us.
Hi everyone. I'm so happy to be here.
Oh my gosh, let me just see everybody. Wow. I am so moved.
Saw Dennis pop in. Hello, Dennis.
Hi, Dennis.
What
Nice.
are you guys doing?
We're good. We're good. We're
Dennis
excellent.
Herbert in the house. I
Yeah,
told you to
Hubert.
get to some songwriting, my friend.
Oh, I'm doing it.
Hello,
All right,
Jill.
well, listen, it is the top of the hour of 9:07.
Hello,
And
Gwen.
I want to just let everybody know that if you want to go up to the right-hand side of your screen, you can adjust your screen so you've got the side-by-side gallery and you can see all of the slides and you can continue to see everybody as well. Jumbo, Jumbo, and welcome and happy day, everybody. Oh, we are so thrilled to see so many faces and so many of you join us on this beautiful day, evening of celebration and recognition of our incredible Kenyan community, which is global, and you all prove it because you're part of it. For those of you who don't know, my name is Barbara Samuel, and I am co-pastor alongside my sister in service, Reverend Gwen Smith.
Hello, everyone. What a joy it is. I'm going to ask each and every one to mute themselves so we have no background noise, and I'll get Pat to stop the slideshow for now. We'll play it again at the end of it all, just for some housekeeping. And yeah, there we go. Thank you. It is a joy to be in your presence. And as Reverend Barb said, today is a celebration of our community, and we really, really welcome you. And just am so grateful for each and every one of you to join in and spend a couple hours with us. Over the next 60-some minutes, we'll have a presentation for you, and we'll be hearing from members of our board, our students, our leadership, and our beloved community in Kenya. This will consist of slides and stories, discussion, and a chance for all of you at the end to go into breakout rooms just to visit, ask questions. We're going to have, I don't know, I think it's 10 rooms that you can join in, and you can room jump, but we'll explain that all at the end of the presentation. Next slide.
So we invite you to put on your spiritual seatbelts as we get ready for takeoff, friends. We would like to introduce you to our Science of Mind community. We are grateful, so grateful for the foundation that our founder, Reverend Connie Phelps, provided. And in this slide, you're going to see that, well, baby Connie's namesake, is now way taller and older. But we love this picture because it shows how diverse we are and always have been. It's not just Kenyans, but Italians and Canadians and Americans and Spaniards, Nigerians, and our friends from the Congo. We are truly a global community. And as we say thank you, we turn and know that this is what we're creating. Because of you, we not only have survived, but we have thrived in this last year. Now at this time, I'd like to introduce one of our second-year practitioners and a member of our CLF Board of Conscious Living Foundation. This is Paul Caninthia to open us as we start everything with a spiritual mind treatment. Paul.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Reverend Barbara. And just so that we all know, We're going to do the treatment in Swahili. Treatment is treatment, irrespective of the language. But this time you're going to do it in Swahili. So join me. Naomba tuungane tukikumbuka huu ukweli ambao huwa unatuweka huru, ukweli ambao ulioko, ukweli ambao ndio uko sasa, ukweli ambao ndio utakuweko kila wakati. Lakini kia ukweli ni kwamba hii duniani hamna kingine isipokuwa Mungu. Mungu ndiye ninayeona, Mungu ndiye ninayefikiria. Hata yale ambayo sijui, yote hayo ni Mungu. Kwa sababu hii ni kweli, mimi na Mungu tu kitu kimoja. Mimi ni ishara ya Mungu. Mungu anajidhihirisha kwa nafsi yangu. Mimi na Mungu tu sawa. Huu ndio ukweli wangu. Najua kwamba huu ni ukweli. Najua kwamba huu ni ukweli wa kila mtu aliye katika hiki kongamano. Yeyote ambaye tunashiriki naye wakati huu, yeye pia ni Mungu ambaye amejidhihirisha. Yeye pia ni nafsi ya Mungu. Nafurahia huu ukweli. Nasherehekea huu ukweli. Na ukweli wanipa nguvu na ufurahia sana sana. Kwa sababu haya ni kweli. Natoa tamshi langu kwamba yoyote ambayo tutakayokuwa tukizungumzia hivi leo, yote yako sawa. Yote yametoka kwa Mungu. Yote ni Mungu ambaye anajidhihirisha katika sisi sote. Na nawaachilia hili neno katika hiyo roho ambayo haina nyingine bali kutenda ile ambayo tumenena. Na najua kwamba hili neno limeshatendeka. Naachilia nikisema hivi ndivyo ilivyo. And so it is.
Hivyo ndivyo ilivyo.
So it is.
And so it is. Oh,
it is.
Paul.
Thank you.
Oh, Paul, thank you so much. I'm never sure of the words, of course, because I don't understand Swahili, but the feeling always takes me right deep into my heart. I hope you all had that experience. Thank you so much. So now we're open. Our CSL Kenyan community is growing, and we keep saying that year after year, and becoming a community driven and led, meaning our Kenyan community is empowering to co-create a community that works for them. This year, of course, in Africa, there has been many challenges. COVID continues to plague us with its restrictions and illnesses and deaths, and it affects the tourism and the economy, which often our own people suffer from. Loss of income. Vaccinations have been slow to roll out. The road being built through the slum was sudden and incredibly disturbing. Homes were lost, people hurt, and many displaced as the government plans to put a road right through our slums where our beloved Britain School is. There has been drought in one area and flooding in another. Weather, as in many places all over the world, has been temperamental and uncharacteristic. And many of our Kenyan community has lost loved ones into transitioning this year. Barb.
It's been a tough year, but with these hardships, there has also been some incredible celebrations. And this is where you came in. Your support, your prayer, your energy, your consciousness has made all of our celebrations come to fruition this year. Your financial contributions are very well received and deeply appreciated. As Connie once said, we can do so much with so little. So here's what's happening, and here's what we've been up to. So over to you, Michelle.
So we are so excited, and pretty soon you're going to have it. There we go. We're so excited that last year we again had a huge number of students earning certificates in science of mind studies. Our students love taking classes. We have 10 teachers who teach year round. And last summer, I'm so excited as a teacher myself, We began having our practitioners in training students act as teacher assistants in classes. And right now we have two Prac 2 students who lead their own biweekly abundance group. So we are training our future leaders. Catherine.
Hello, I'm Reverend Catherine Cardinal from Edmonton, and I'm honored to be the Dean of the School of Spiritual Leadership Kenya campus. In November 2020, the School of Spiritual Leadership Kenya campus was officially approved by the Centers for Spiritual Living Leadership Council. This allows us to teach ministry classes with the goal of graduating ministers. We have 3 students in our inaugural ministry program, Christine, Wilkester, and Elena, and we have completed 4 courses in our first year. This is a big commitment for these students. The program consists of a total of 29 courses, and we are working on a 6 to 7 year timeline. We are so grateful for the support of Dr. Kathy Hearn and Dr. Cece Coltrane from the CSL School of Spiritual Leadership and the Holmes Institute for all the love and support on this project. And we thank the Leadership Council for their approval of this project. And thank you, Dr. Edward Villion, who's on the call today. Being able to train ministers, local ministers, is a key milestone for our goal that our community be independent, self-supporting, and grounded for the future. I'd like to introduce Michael, the chair of our Kenyan board, the Conscious Living Foundation. He's also one of our first licensed practitioners. Over to you, Michael.
Thank you, Catherine. And thank you, everyone. It's a pleasure to see all these faces after a couple of years. As Catherine said, I'm the chair of CLF, which is Conscious Living Foundation. In Kenya, CSL is registered as Conscious Living Foundation. A few months before her transition, Reverend Connie and I discussed increasing the board membership, which was at the time made of 3, myself, Connie, and Geoffrey. And her intention at the time was to grow the capacity of Kenyans to run the center over time. And she was very clear about this. Connie, at the time, had an intimate relationship with each of her students, each one of us, and she picked 3 additional powerhouses from her students to join the board. So Rehema Mutunga, Brian, Munene, and Lamek member joined the board. After Connie's transition, we welcomed Reverend Melody Bailey, who also now gives the team spiritual perspective to the leadership team. I'm so grateful to be part of this team of 6 leaders who are taking CLF forward. There is a photo that we're going to show you. In the Kenya-based CLF board members were up on a hike in that photo. We are getting to know each other as a board. We had previously not met before Connie's transition, so we are getting to gel and work together much more closely. Yeah, there is a photo. CLF is currently working on the constitution to define our governance and operational structures. Our focus this year is community building to create space for love, friendship, and mutual support. As you all know, COVID has created some challenges with physical contact, but we remain one as a community. So CLF board is looking for ways to always encourage and strengthen the community and support amongst each other. We also work with the larger CSL community to continue to grow the capacity of the CLF leadership for conscious leadership for our beloved community. So thank you, and we'll have more later.
Okay. Now we have our youth and family ministry.
So
Come on in, kid.
I'm Michelle Taylor, and I'm one of the Fun Day School teachers. And Karen Lee is going to explain to you about our Fun Day School. Or, all right, Karen may be muted. So,
I'm back again.
okay.
It just takes some moving around very, very quickly. I was trying to keep it quiet because the dog was barking at the gardeners. We have Fun Day School every Saturday morning at 6 a.m. teacher time with kids from Nairobi and Kisii. Imani has been working with my class in Arizona and my grandkids in Norway to communicate things about schools and how things work in these different countries and what different languages sound like. So we're all practicing our Norwegian or our Swahili. Truly, it's an international connection with all of these kids talking around the world. Corrine, I hope you're there. What do you like about Fun Day School? And she
the thing I love most about Fun Day School is that you get to connect with people your age. Like Imani and I have become really good friends over the time that I started Fun Day School. And also it's really creative. It really fuels my imagination.
Thank you, Corrine. Imani, now it's your turn. Can you tell us about teaching on Froggy Friday? Remember, you spoke to everybody around the world about those snowflakes.
Hi everyone, I'm Imani.
And we're nervous. Okay.
Imani, what did we start with? Affirmations?
Oh.
Just have to think really fast because we actually practiced this morning. So
Okay.
take a deep breath, Imani, and know that we start with the affirmations that everything is perfect wherever we are.
Do you remember what we did next? Okay. So Louisa, we're going to introduce Louisa. She's one of our teens. Oh, and by the way, let's go to okay, no, Imani got too nervous. Imani goes to school. She's at school at 6 in the morning and she gets home at 6. Okay. How long do you go to school every day?
I go to school at 6 a.m. in the morning every day, from Monday to Friday, and I get back home at 6 p.m. every day. So that's 12 hours.
And she still has to do homework. Okay, Louisa, tell us about the teen program. Louisa.
Hi, my name is Lisa, and I'm part of the CSLKenya teen group. What I love the most about the teen group is that I get to connect and learn lessons which benefit me. I also love how comfortable I get with my group and how comfortable the community is. Even though the group is small, it has had a huge impact on my spiritual growth and my spiritual learning.
And Louisa, do you want to tell us about your Monday project?
Sure. I'm the person behind the quotes on the website, which come every Monday. And I have so much fun making them because I'm spreading wonderful affirmations and quotes, which could probably help someone through their day or their week. So it's really something which I love doing.
And Louisa has taken 5 of our adult classes. So these are our future leaders. Okay, Gwen.
Oh, yes, of course they are. They are so inspiring, and it's so beautiful to see so many youth, and that program is growing. And so is our practitioner core group growing. Every month we meet, and we have evolved the meetings to have it so that everyone is participating in the spiritual practices. And we do a book study. Right now we're working on sacred service, and later we'll do a leadership book on for growth and development. It's very exciting because there's just so many more to come into the group and participate. And the depth of consciousness is amazing to watch. Reverend Barb and myself were on this, the global services, the CSL International Global Services. And with our core group of practitioners, we have instigated a practice at the end of our meetings now where we ask for individual prayer, and then we all take it away from the meeting and we hold the highest in consciousness for each of us as we leave and go into the evening. So it's providing another opportunity for prayer and knowing the highest for each and every one of us, thus growing our community.
Oh, how beautiful. You can push over to the next slide, Pat. Wow, I don't know about you, but when I see our babies, I get all verklempt and I'm excited and I'm so grateful. Listen, yesterday was a Froggy Friday and we hold a Froggy Friday every second Friday. And I love sharing with our newcomers where the name Froggy Friday came from. Reverend Connie told us that whenever we see a frog in the woods or in a photo, to think of her, F-R-O-G, full realization of God. It's magnificent. We extend an invitation to all of you to participate and join us. We are expanding our hour-long service at the request of our community for more participation from our community. We have added a short guided meditation, and we've inserted time for powerful breakout and prayer rooms for those who need support from a practitioner and our practitioners in training. And we do that following the service. So we have, as I mentioned earlier in the morning, evening, we have many practitioners holding the high watch for our service always. What else? We invite guest speakers from within our community to do a 10-minute inspirational talk of how science of mind has transformed and forever changed their lives. And our attendance continues to consistently grow by committed participants and members and family and community. We are so blessed. We are so blessed. So it's at this time that I would like to introduce to you Nancy Ngugi. She is our office administrator and the hub of the wheel that keeps the office rolling along. Nancy?
She has to change chairs with Amani. Nancy, unmute.
Hello, everyone. My name is Nancy. Yes, and I sit in Nairobi Center, and I'm a year 2 prac student. So I will introduce you to our center. So Karibu, welcome to our CSL Center. For us, this is a very special space, a community meeting place where our goal ultimately is to have this space as the community hub, a connecting place where people come, get together, a meeting of the minds to discuss the SOM philosophy. Although it has been a challenging time with the onset of COVID, it is still the space that we are using to prepare all our student materials, and thanks to the generous grants that we have received so far, enabling us to own the printers, the computer, and the bookshelves. The students can also come in to borrow books from our library, which has hundreds of science of mind books, inspirational books, and other spiritual books, and they can also use the internet. So we are grateful for this space. That little one on the, right there is a corner for the a shelf specially for the children. We have children books in that corner. They're also welcome, and we are looking forward to the time where they can all come and we have a physical meeting and we can sit on the floor and there's games and lots of stuff for the children to do. So we continue to open up to this place, to allow God to express in this space and to unfold. So karibuni sana, welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Nancy. And thank you for all your hard work on the ground. Nancy's pivotal about getting the student workbooks and textbooks out to our students when they sign up for classes and making connections that way. Our next slide is introducing to you a group in, can I have that slide there, Pat? Yeah. I don't think, I want to introduce Dan Uko with you all today, but he's having trouble getting in. So we're still working on that. So he might be able to pop in a little while. But Dan, as you may remember, spoke at our 2020 conference, and he is one of our students. He is in Practitioner 1, and he has a group of people who meet weekly. They even want to join 2 times a week. But at this point, they've been meeting for over a year weekly to discuss and have a spiritual circle. So Kisumu is about a 7-8 hour drive from Nairobi. So it's considered one of our satellite outreach programs. And we have a lot of that. People attend the classes in our community there. It's very exciting. They've started a library of Science of Mind books out of Dan's home. And they are well supporting each other. So we'll bring Dan in if he ever gets on. Sorry, that just didn't work. Technical.
That's not unusual. These are some of the challenges of what we have within our classes and our community that are very real.
And our students are so tenacious about getting in. Oh, we have James.
Hello.
Have you got, is that you, James?
Yes, this is me. We were with Dan, and he was likely to reach home slightly late. And I've also seen him trying to get in vain. And we agreed that, okay, should he maybe not?
No, what's beautiful is that we just said, James, you never quit trying.
What in fact was supposed to be.
Let
Hello?
Dan continue to try, James, because he may get in. The internet might allow him to get in, and then we can pop him in later on. But thank you for popping in on his behalf. Asante Sana. We can go to this slide 11, if you don't mind, Pat. So what I want you to know is that these next projects that we're about to show you, they directly impact our Science of Mind students and families. Moving on. Thanks, Pat. At this point, because of your support and your continued donations, we have actually been able to continue this program, and we are so grateful for that. And I want you to know that for some of the recipients of this project that you're seeing, this is the only money that they have for food. And I also want to share with you how excited and grateful they are, and always relay it back to us when they sometimes have enough left over and the ability to purchase milk and eggs, and how grateful they are. Just take a look. Now I want us to move into our translation program. So I want you to take it away, Gwen and Patrick.
Well, how do we reach 100 million with this philosophy? It's not by teaching in English alone. Translations are key to realizing this goal. And this is this is so exciting. This is something we started in December. We have 3 gentlemen who have joined, and I'll let Patrick introduce them. We can keep the slide up actually, Pat. 3 of our students have stepped up to tackle the translation of Swahili into English into Swahili, this thing called You. We picked this book because it is a small project, as a pilot project, and to see how it goes, but it's also a compact reading to be able to hand out freely to anyone that shows any kind of interest. And in World War II, they were handed out to the American soldiers. So we are wanting to give out this book in Kenya and beyond the Kenyan borders. I'd like to introduce to you Patrick Gugi, and he will continue on and tell us how Science of Mind has changed his life and how the translation program is going.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
I hope you can hear me.
We hear you, Patrick.
Yes, this is Patrick Gugi, and I'm very excited to be here. I joined Science of Mind during the Vision 2020 after searching here and there. And it was interesting because since then, I have been on 2 years later, taken almost any course that came along. And I think it has really improved my life because I've seen a lot of changes, a lot of improvement. I've learned more about myself, about others, and things that I did not even imagine. Because one thing is, like, I realize there are some things I need to take care of myself before I can talk about others, and it's quite been a progress. Anyway, talking about translation, I've never done translation before, and doing this was a challenge. I'm good Kiswahili speaker, I'm an author myself, and having read Anna's Home since I came to Science of Mind, you know how difficult, not difficult, but challenging the English is. This one is slightly easier than the big textbook. And so we were approached, my colleagues and I were approached by Michelle and Gwen to do the translation, and we accepted. And one thing I can say, it has made us realize that we don't know Kiswahili, because some of the words, some of the terminologies are not available. Some of the terminology that we get here are not available in Kiswahili. So we had to kind of create our own, but we are almost through. And we started in December, early December, and we are almost done because by the end of February we'll be through. My colleagues are James and Duke. James is in Kisumu and Duke is in Kisii. That is 3 towns away from Nairobi. And you can see the whole of CSLKenya is included because I'm in Nairobi, Duke is in Kisii, and James is in Kisumu. In that photograph, the person with the lined t-shirt is James, and then we have Duke in white shirt and myself at the end. So it's an exciting project. We hope to finish in good time before we go into the next one. Whichever will come our way, we will take it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Patrick. Thank you. And we just got a notice from that Africa has chosen to have Swahili as its national language. So we are on track.
Yes.
We are on track. Our next slide shows us the phone and computer loan program. It has proven to be very vital to some of our students to have access to our Zoom classes and events, just like this one. Our practitioner and ministerial students need to have a computer for their written assignments so that they can submit legible papers to their teachers, much appreciated by our teachers. We have been blessed to be supported from grants to have this loaner program a possibility. Internet also can be an inconsistent, and this program can help buy some data packages. Access to Science of Mind in Kenya is our educational priority. Slide, Pat, please.
Thank you, Gwen. So these are the projects to bring the teaching of the Science of Mind to Kenya at large. These next projects focus primarily on our babes, the children. Each of these projects has come about through the connection of Reverend Connie. These projects are, they're all so exciting, as you can tell by our excitement to each of us and how they touch our hearts so incredibly deeply. And we continue the support of her memory, Reverend Connie's memory, and the love of this country and its people through the children that tugged her heart, her Kenyan family. So at this time, it is my true honor to introduce to you a very special person. She is the headmistress of the Britain School. She is one of our licensed practitioners and a ministerial student, and you may have met her and heard her speak at the 2020 conference and heard her sing. Ladies and gentlemen, here to speak about one of our outreach projects, the Britain School. Please open your hearts to receive Wilkester Orenge. Wilkester?
I hope her internet's working.
Hi everyone, my name is Wilkester Orenge from CSLKenya. I am the head teacher at Brighton School. So we have achieved several projects through the help of the CSL globally. One of the major projects that we have done that laid the foundation is about the uniform project. So we have been trying and to ensure that every kid, every pupil has got a new uniform. When we talk about a new uniform, we mean a complete uniform. So this one has been made possible through your donations and the support. Number two, we have what we call the lunch program, which is a huge project that we have done since the pandemic hit. So families have been supported by getting food, and we didn't stop giving them food. Even if the kids were out, they used to come to school, get food, and then go back. So we have impacted these children from the slum by getting nourished well, getting a balanced diet at the school at no cost. So we are very much grateful for this support. And also we have seen that there is no truancy. So the kids, once they know this lunch provider at school, they usually attend school daily. Another project that we have done is the metal staircases. Remember, for the ones who came to our school, the members that visited our school, we had stairs made of wood. But when we received the donations, the grant through the CSLKenya, we were able to make the staircases, which is more safe for the kids. And then finally, we have what we call the Science of Mind teachings. When Connie came to Kenya, she started laying the foundation of the Science of Mind teachings to these young children. So as a minister and a practitioner, this is my core thing that I do. I just teach them the basis of knowing God, who is God, I mean. So we teach them, regardless of who you call God, whether you call him Mungu, Nyasaye, in all different names, we have only one God. And then we teach them about the separation that we used to know, that God lives in heaven. And then nowadays there's no that separation. The kids know that God is everywhere. God is good. God is all that we see, all that we touch, all that we feel. And then we teach them also about the affirmations. We teach them about no person is limited. So they have shifted their minds from knowing that being in a slum area, they cannot achieve higher goals. So they are now free. They know that they have that power, and they have that, they are unlimited. They can reach higher, like other students from different parts of the country. And finally, we have what we call motivational speaking. Christine helps me to do this. She comes in and she motivates these students by talking to them, telling them about everything that we see, it's impossible, it's made possible when we are ready to change. So change your mind, change your thinking. That's what we do. And we are very much grateful. And we hope life is going to be more good. Thank you.
Oh, Wilkester, thank you so much. You are doing good God's work, sister. You are doing good God's work with our babies. And I know that when you may have seen those pictures and the kids were holding up their food, it might not be, their little faces might not be a familiar expression that we are accustomed. But I want to assure you that, in fact, these faces are content with full tummies. And often that's the only sustenance they have in a day, just like Wilkester said. And we continued to feed them even when school was closed because of COVID. They still came from the slums to the school to get their food, and they had it. Oh, Wilkester, you are doing good God's work, sister. Bless you, bless you. Over to you, Rev Mel.
Tabari Agioni, good evening, good morning to everyone. And it is my pleasure to be a facilitator for this scholarship program. And this scholarship program, as you can see, supports 7 students in elementary and 5 students in high school. And this covers the costs for their schooling throughout the year and is very much appreciated by the families. Our high school students have to maintain a decent grade to continue on with the scholarship. Today, we have one of our students, Beryl, who is Duke's daughter, to share with us. And I hope Beryl is ready to share. Are you there, Beryl?
I see you. You just need to unmute.
Oh, good.
There we go. There we go.
Hello, Beryl.
Hello.
Hello. What grade are you in?
Hello. I'm in grade 4.
Wow. What's your favorite subject in school?
My favorite subject are mathematics and English.
Oh, lovely, lovely. And how many days a week do you go to school?
5 days a week.
Oh, wow. And how many hours in a day?
9 hours a day.
Oh, wow. That's a long day.
From 7 to 4.
Wow. And how do you get to school?
I get to school using a motorbike.
You ride a motorbike?
No.
You get to be a passenger. I get it. Thank you. I'm so glad to see your face and to put faces to names. Thank you, Beryl. Back over to you, Gwen.
Oh, I love hearing the little voices. Yeah. And I happen to know that Duke has to make his kids walk home sometimes. So I know they have a half-hour walk to school and a half-hour walk home. So if that motorbike isn't going, it's an extra long day. I'm telling on you, Duke. So we have 2 projects or 2 connections that Connie started for us. First, the Harambe Boys Home, and we want to continue those connections. And we are in contact with Andrew and the boys, and we are going to work at different things, maybe to institute some kind of a teen program with them. The seed is planted and the best is yet to know. But with the conference, we had money that we handed over to them. And with this money, they bought new pants and blankets. Anything that was left over, they actually went out onto the streets and gave little gifts to people who didn't have anything for Christmas. So it's always amazing when they give back and they share. Their generosity is always astounds us. The next one is Sunburst. Sunburst also was another place that we visited at the conference on our safari. And it too had gotten money from the conference. And with that money, it spent it on a breakfast program for the very young kids that are through the North Schools preschool program. And we got to meet some of these little ones as well when we visited. This is a project headed up by Dan Uko, and he's having trouble coming on. We just can't get him in. So I'm not sure what is going on, but the technological inhibitions is happening for him. So on his behalf, I'll speak that this is a school, a project where kids can come of all ages up until I think it's about 20-ish, down to these little ones, and they have been orphaned, abandoned, abused, or affected by HIV. So they get a lot of education as to how to live with HIV, the medications, etc. Barb, next slide, please.
Well, what you're about to hear is the children of the Britain School sing a song that we sing every Froggy Friday titled We Are One People. So I want to invite you to look into the faces of our babies and hear their little voices, as Gwen said. It's just so moving. Hear the giggle, see them clapping and their teacher, Wilkester, leading them. Now, this video was only taken last week of them standing on their brand new sturdy steel staircase, replacing the dangerous rotting ones that your donations have supported, that you heard Wilkester talking about. And the children are sporting their uniforms that they wear with pride, that were sewn by a local seamstress, generating income within the community, donated by one of our incredible donors and sponsors. So when you watch this video, and feel free to stand up and clap and sing along, know that everything that you see, you have made possible with your donations. You are part of the ripple effect. Go ahead, Pat.
We are one people, one song that beats, just one spirit shining bright within us all. We are one another, born to love each other. When it's all said and done, we are one. When it's all said and done, we are one.
Oh, I love it. And they've got the motions going. Oh, and it's got my emotions going. It's such a joy to see them. And this is our theme song for every Friday, Froggy Friday. So it's perfect for this presentation today, and have all those little voices join us. As we move into 2022, oops.
We can always hear more.
I know, it's so beautiful. As we move into 2022, we look forward with an intentional consciousness. Our goals, we're continuing our good work that we've already done and implemented, and we're going to carry on our translations. We're going to be graduating 6 licensed practitioners. We're expanding into other countries with the teaching. We already have a student from Uganda, Tanzania, so that's joining our foundations programs. So that's exciting. And I'm sure the Swahili translation project will even attract even more to come in. We're going to start having interpreters in the classroom for those reaching out. And of course, maybe connect with the Harambe boys and grow that seed that we planted with having a teen program in their home. And of course, we will always continue on with the Britain School. Those children that you just saw, we will always keep them in our goals and in our sights.
Yes.
Barb.
Next video, thank you. And as always, not sometimes, as always, you make a difference. It is with profound gratitude and deep appreciation for your time, your love, your treasure, your ongoing support always. And slide 24, please. You might be wondering and thinking and pondering after hearing and seeing and receiving all of this information, what is mine to do? Take a look, choose, pick. You don't have to limit it. It could be all, some, or just a piece of what you're seeing there. All of that is what is ours to do. Now, I just want you to close your eyes for a moment. Just close your eyes and be in this sacred space and take a breath with me. If you were in Kenya for the 2020 conference, just recall what it felt like. The people, the food, the smells, the Rift Valley, the dance. Remember Lucy at the National Museum, the first of human remains discovered ever? Every heart began in Africa. The womb of life is Africa. Remember when the Maasai warriors cloaked us and honored us with our shukas? What did that feel like? And if you were not there, you just have to use your imagination and trust that our lives were forever changed and transformed because of the community we met there, or we wouldn't be here now. And you can have that same feeling. Now open your eyes. We recognize and realize times are tough, and maybe not everyone can give it this time. But as you saw from the previous slides, you can participate in a number of ways, many ways. And we have taken the challenge and the guesswork out of wondering how or where your good could be best put to use and what is yours to do. And we are also taking the fear out of donating. You get to pick where it will go. You will witness the changes firsthand, whether you give $5 a month or give a one-time love offering of $5,000 or a continued monthly gift. Your contribution has the potential to forever bless a life, a family, a community. From this day on, you can participate as you have grown in new relationships. This moment will never be the same for you. I know this for sure. Now, friends, we have a bold, and as my friend Missy said, audacious goal. We have a bold goal.
Hairy.
She said hairy and audacious. She did. Thank you, Reverend Gwen. We have a bold goal of $100,000 for this year. And I'm not afraid to say it. I've always said you don't get if you don't ask, so we're asking. Break it down with me. 100 people gift $1,000, and there it is, 100,000. If 1,000 donors give $100, there it is, 100,000, and it's unlimited. If 2,000 friends share 50, if 4,000 friends sponsor $25, we have hit and achieved our goal of $100,000, and that is only a one-time contribution. If this very room contributes, we've already started our generation to that 100,000 towards our goal, and because we will and always continue and share these love stories with our friends, and they share it with their friends, and so on, we can make $100,000 a reality this year. Are you with me? Are you with me? Yeah. You can go to our website right after we're done and you can contribute. I already celebrate your courage and your willingness and your consciousness to grow a child, a community, a country, a continent, and a world to being more and never less than what it's meant to be. And that is creating a world that works for every single person. And you are that person, my friends, to make it happen. We are those people that has the heart that beats as one. We've seen the willingness in our donors and our sponsors participating and contributing to grow our incredible community. And we need you to help us achieve those goals. And we would greatly appreciate your help to achieve our 100,000 goal. And I'm not limiting it. You can make a donation online. You can send a check via snail mail in a stamped envelope. You can e-transfer or you can PayPal. We will meet you where you are. You've seen the differences that you've already made. And as Reverend Catherine Cardinal says, all of it makes a difference because you make a difference in the life of Kenyans. Can we go to the next slide? Our Change for Change program, you're going to find this on our website. And what you're going to find is many ways to make it really easy, as I said. This beautiful program, Change for Change, talks about all the ways we've already talked about. It's the one place where you can actually tell us where you want your funding to go. You click on it, you see it, and you will take you to the food, to the children, to the education, the center, and our projects. We thank you in advance for your willingness to go on a safari with us. In Swahili, safari means journey. So won't you come on a road trip with us? Rev Gwen is going to share a story that proves that Kenya is everywhere.
Yes. Here it is. Shortly after Reverend Barb and I accepted the position that Connie bestowed upon us, we went on our own safari here in British Columbia. And on our way home, we went by this pasture, and here was a dressed up horse in the disguise of a zebra. Wow, we howled, we laughed so hard. We had to stop, do a U-turn, come back and get this picture. Nobody was going to believe this. It was a hilarious confirmation that Kenya is everywhere, and especially in each of our hearts, and that God has a sense of humor. Grateful, grateful, grateful for this time.
I also want to remind everybody, and thank you, Reverend Melody Bailey. We invite you cordially to our next conference, Vision 2024. Start planning, start packing. Jan Levant says, when you're ready to move, you better start packing. We're ready, we're ready, we're ready. We want to see you. What is yours to do? So we want you to include your family, your friends, your spiritual community. Go ahead, Reverend Gwen.
Yes, save the date. We're probably shooting for the end of January, beginning of February in 2024. And by that time, we are going to know that there are no restrictions, that travel is again fluid and easy. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you from the deepest part of my heart on behalf of everybody that we represent. No matter where we go in our global, our Centers for Spiritual Living community globally, whether it's global services, the education department, publishing, Heffernan Grants, Regional 12, Holmes Institute, et cetera, we are loved and supported for this CSL Kenya. And we know that CSL Kenya is a divine idea in the mind of God and is globally realized. Thank you and bless you all out there, and to our beloved community for being who you are. Thank you.
There are not enough words to express our deepest gratitude to each and every one of you. And so much is possible because of your generosity. And I want to extend a sincere thanks to our board of warriors who never quit and work with all the heart of collaboration, bringing their sacred gifts to the table. Reverend Catherine Cardinal, Reverend Melody Bailey, Michelle Taylor, Susan Berry, Kelly Sanga, Michael Kiragu. And I want to give a special shout out to Philip Wasumba, who created our invitation. Oh my gosh, you got a little piece of Philip when it came in your mailbox. And Kelly Marshall, who created and redesigned our Change for Change program to make it so easy. And of course, my sister, Reverend Gwen Smith, to serve with you is always my highest honor. We are all unequals, bringing our sacred gifts to this community. And it's because what Connie recognized in people, their sacred gifts, that we can continue this beautiful journey, this beautiful safari, this incredible consciousness filled with love and appreciation. Mm-hmm. So before we close out and we have an opportunity to go to rooms, and we'll get some direction with that, and we're right on target. I love it when a plan comes together. I want to introduce our last participant who will close us. Now, I'd like to let you know that following the presentation, we've created opportunities for you to move into connection rooms, to have conversations, to ask questions, get answers, anything that you want, to extend anything that you have to ask. So hang out with us, and can't we please continue the celebration? I'd like to introduce and share with you Karith Kegu. She is a second-year practitioner student. She will share a brief experience of how Science of Mind has impacted her, and then do an incredible honor of closing us out with our sacred time and a treatment. Karith?
Hi, everyone. I was asked to share briefly on my experience with Science of Mind. I've been a student for the last 4 years, and I met Connie at a time of chaos and turmoil in my life. There's a verse in the Bible that reads, "I was lost, but now I'm found." And I think for me, that sums up my experience since joining the CSL community in Kenya. That in the midst of the chaos and the turmoil that was my life back then, I found Connie and she found me. And my life took a turn for the better. Connie, I joke about it and say, Connie came and with the teachings of SOM, turned my life upside down, inside out. And I wouldn't have it any other way. I wouldn't change it for the world. The last 4 years have been amazing. And I look back and don't recognize the person that was Kerith in 2008. This was one of the best things to ever have happened to me. And I'm super, super grateful for our teachers and the entire CSLKenya community. So if you'll join me as we do the closing treatment. As I turn within, I recognize that I'm surrounded and immersed in an all-encompassing presence that I know as God. One creative power, one spirit that lives itself in through all its creation, free-flowing and forever unfolding. It has no beginning, no end, and it is always for the highest good of all its creation. We are one with God. Our lives are a channel for this divine beingness. We are God made manifests. We cannot absence ourselves from it, as there is no place that God is not. In God we live, in God we move, and in God we have our being. We daily anchor ourselves to this truth of our being. And in each and every day, we live in expectation of our good. And even as we leave this meeting, we rest in the awareness of this truth, that life is always for us. Whatever shows up in our life experience in the coming week, we know that we are always immersed in our good. We say yes to God's highest ideas ourselves. And the result of that is that wholeness in every area of our life flows unobstructed. We release and let go of everything that is not serving us and rest in the trust that God as life knows what to do, when and how to do it. And with this awareness, we go forth and thrive. I give thanks for the awareness of this truth and for its full manifestation in our lives. I release my word into law, knowing it as done, and so it is.
Yes, and so it is. Oh, beautiful Karen. Thank you, thank you. There we have it. She's cracked to growing and glowing.
God is
Thank
good
you.
all the time, and all the time God is good. Have you
What a
had a
celebration.
good morning, evening? Have you had a good celebration with us?
Oh.
Yes, yes. Let me see the spirit fingers. We are eternally grateful. So we're
For
going
all
to
those that have to check off right away, thank you for being here. We understand that you have to leave, but please, if everyone else can just hang in there, and we'll give you some breakout rooms so that you can join and meet some of our community one-on-one or in a group.
come and talk to me. Michelle's going to explain to you.
There we go.
Okay. So here's your opportunity to connect with some of our Kenyan community and have fun. So we call them connection rooms. But it's new for us, so it may be like a roller coaster ride. Woo! All right. So on your screen is a list of your choices. 12 is you can create your own, and I'm going to tell you how to do that. So when Pat stops sharing, at the bottom of your Zoom screen is a button called Breakout Rooms. And when you click on that, you'll see a list of rooms and people in them. But here you'll know what number you want to go to. So you're going to click on Join. So if you want to go to number 5, you're going to click on room 5 and it'll say join, and off you go. And then you can actually room hop. Like if after a while you want to go to room 2 or you want to talk to Reverend Barb and go to room 11, then you can actually just click on that and join. When you hit leave, you're going to pop back here, and if that's not where you want to be, we'll help you go back wherever you went to. So you want to go to. So now is your time to experiment. All right, Pat's going to Stop sharing. She's going to open the Zoom rooms first. And then stop sharing. Those of you that are hosting,
The
please.
rooms are all open. So if you know which room you want to go to, just pick your number and away you go.